What's up, everyone? It's the Interview Queen Alicia Toot here, and be sure to watch True Heel Heat.
Hello everyone, it's the hardcore legend Mick Foley wishing a nice day to everyone there, right there at True Heel Heat. Yeah!
All right, hello, True Heel Heat. I'm the AEW World Champion MJF. Just in case you're deaf, dumb, blind, stupid, or since you listen to this podcast, or you're listening to True Heel Heat, and I apologize for that.
What's going on, everybody? This is your former AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Once a champion, always a champion. Swerve Strickland. Whose house? Swerve's house. You're watching True Heel Heat podcast.
Hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube, Facebook. That's about it. Not Twitter. For AEWramble 212 reversed, reviewing last night's August 20th. 2025 edition of AEW Dynamite as only we can. And to do that, I am joined by my esteemed colleague. He is the man of 59,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews, as well as your honest criticisms of Tony Khan and All Elite Wrestling. Is he here or not? Oh, it's like, what's going on? Okay, there you go. He is Jimmy Macram. Jimmy, how are you feeling?
I'm good. Last night's show was there. I definitely watched it. There were other people there, or I assume watched it. How long was that show? 2 hours?
Yeah, it was 2 hours.
Oh, I guess we all have hours of our lives we'll never get back. Not particularly bad.
You
You're
can
on the
get
toilet.
those hours back. You can get those hours back, I'm
There's
sure.
no time getting back, so it's like you ever have to take a shit and you end up sitting on the toilet for, I don't know, 20 minutes. You're like, there's no shit here. And you just leave. It's like that. It wasn't bad. It was like, damn, I could have been doing something. I don't know. Fair enough. It's just
I will say, at least you could say you have a great Yankee fitted on today. I like the headphone Yankee fitted combination. It looks good.
that wasn't even on purpose. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Anytime. But yes, we appreciate y'all for joining us live. Appreciate y'all for watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back. The simplest way possible is by dropping a thumbs up on this video. You could share this video with all your wrestling family, friends, and fans on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, you can sound off in the comment section if you're watching us on demand. If you're watching us live, you could sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you guys, hear your thoughts on last night's AEW Dynamite. And of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you want to show your support to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel in the best way possible, you can do so with a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to contributors that you see on screen with us here, and we always appreciate the support. We got Michael in the chat who says, thanks for uploading this video. Thank you for showing us some love. We got our trusty Zach who says, happy good old burger day. It's SP3 and Jimmy.
Oh, that's right. I get it, I think.
It's multiple burger days, it's multiple ice cream days. It's kind of weird, but hey, he's got a different day for every day of the week. Dre says, man, AEW had only 3 to 4 matches and a bunch of promos. It was okay, I guess.
Inoffensive. Probably.
This was an inoffensively bland show by AEW standards. You got to start to grade people by their own standards. When you give us high bars, then yeah, this would be fine any other way if they did it with in 3 matches though. Yeah, that was a weird choice, especially for the Scotland crowd.
No. I don't need standards. I have one standard. Mine. This was a bore. Here to help.
Greg Carter II says, what's up, SP3, Jimmy, and chat? How you doing, Greg? We got Power Driver Finisher who says, great episode. I prefer promos. So
Great. Yeah, I prefer promos too. And they're great. What? Tell you. Oh, good Lord.
You didn't think there was one great promo on this show?
I missed something. Was Dusty here? Dusty show up? The Rock? Punk? Wait, what are you guys talking about? Great promo you talking about? Ospreay was fun. That's about it. That was great promos though. Come on now. Also was great. Personable. He's a fantastic babyface.
He is. He has those personable moments, especially when they're in the UK with those UK crowds where he just gets them on his side. Like he's the everyday man. It's really good. It's really good.
He's really good.
But no love for MJF this week.
You mean the one where he was going to set somebody on fire? That one? No. Good Lord. Boy, I hate everything about that.
Thanks for the love, Dre. We appreciate it. We appreciate you as well. We got King Potate in the chat who says sup as THH family. He says Mark Briscoe is still in this MJF program for some reason. TK and the Epstein files.
He is not letting this shit go. Like, what the fuck? I get it. It's Mark Briscoe. What the fuck? You like him. Why is he here?
I like the use. I like the use of Mark Briscoe before this. I was all in defense of Mark Briscoe in this whole program until he was used as a hostage victim.
You know what? Like the fucking Express.
They just used him as a damsel in distress. Yeah.
That's his usage. He's popular, and nobody wants to see him be set on fire. That's his usage.
He's beloved.
Good Lord. Like a mascot. Or an old lady. Yes.
No.
I agree. I'm with
No.
you. We're on the same page.
Mick Foley. Kim Pate says MJF was one step away from tying MJF to some train track.
What kind of fucking mustache twirly villain hood is this? This stinks. Holy shit.
That's what James Storm did. James Storm in his program with Magnus, and then he pushed Mickey James onto the train tracks.
What?
In TNA.
Oh, before they were captured by WWE. I remember. Right. Excellent program they put on beforehand. I remember. Okay, fair enough. Thank God. Too bad the Big Bad Corporation came out and ruined that. Now they do silly things. Boy, our memories are hilarious, aren't they? They ruined TNA. Right.
Yeah, I think they're throwing them a lifeline. That's what I think. We got Chuck Berry who says, "What's good, THH fam? Unlike Jimmy, I actually enjoyed the show and thought it was a B to B plus show."
A B plus show, sir. What is going on? Holy shit! I'm getting a Twilight Zone. I'm trying to think if I don't think I hate anything on the show, but I know I didn't love anything.
Oh man, okay. We'll see. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about any new stuff you want to talk about. Chris Jericho's been in the news after liking a post on social media about possibly leaving AEW and having insurance from WWE. Dave Meltzer confirmed this report and said that there is interest from WWE to bring him back into the fold. And Jericho, of course, has interest of going back to WWE, and Meltzer thinks it's the right time for him to do it. And I mean, that's pretty much it. It's just a liked post got everything, kind of the train all moving because he liked the post on social media. So what did you think? Do you think that Chris Jericho is heading back to WWE? Do you think he's there by Royal Rumble 2026? And is that the right move for him? And the right move for AEW, not to keep him?
Right move for AEW, fucking certainly. I don't know how much it costs, but it's too much. It's the right move for Chris Jericho, probably at this point in his career. As far as WWE goes, listen, there's an interesting story of Chris Jericho to be told. Chris Jericho is the biggest name at the inception of AEW. He's probably still the biggest name, if it's not Punk or Cody, in AEW history. And he's got a 20 to 25 year love-hate relationship with Triple H. There's a fantastic story to be told here with Chris Jericho coming back to WWE. Unfortunately, there's three issues with it. Number one, WWE's not going to tell a story where AEW is relevant in any form or fashion. That's number one. Number two, Triple H has a heart issue, so he won't be wrestling. Therefore, any beef is told through proxy, which is immediately less interesting. And number three, while Chris Jericho does not have a heart issue, I have no interest in seeing him do anything wrestling-wise ever again in fucking life. So There's that.
But number 4, you gotta think about what WWE wants. It's not about what you want. What WWE, they want the moment. That's why this works for WWE.
Oh, good
Because that's what it's all about for them. It's about the moment.
Man.
The moment of Chris Jericho returning, the big pop. They can get him to get he can work in his deal that he gets Judas. So he has all the AEW tropes there that can work and translate better. All the AEW stuff that worked in 2020 for him, it could work in WWE in 2025.
For what, 6 months? This is like the R-Truth thing. Look how awesome this thing is.
It should only be a 1-year run.
A run? Where are we off?
Probably a 1-year part-time run. He does like 10 matches.
No. Holy shit! What the fuck? I was thinking more like 5, if that many. 4. One of which can't even happen because one of those matches is Triple H. That's not happening. So we're already down to 3. I have no interest in Seth Rollins, so we're down to 2. And I can't think of anybody I want to see him wrestle. Maybe Cody. Cody and Punk. There you go.
Him and Logan Paul right after the bat. Him and Logan Paul. Jericho versus Logan Paul. Jericho versus Dominic Mysterio. Think of that story with this rivalry.
Oh, good Lord. We're not burying Dom. We're not doing this to Dom. We're not throwing Dom in the vortex. Got a future main eventer here. Don't throw that cocksucker into the vortex. Don't do it.
Do you think the vortex can no the Cody verse did not translate over to WWE?
Chris Jericho vortex is way more powerful than the way more. That's a black hole.
Jericho vortex is powerful.
Way more powerful. It passes through universes. Who's that? Triple H, if you're watching, think about this for a second. Chris Jericho said Dynamite was the past Raw in however many fucking years. Can you just tell that story? I don't need a moment of Chris Jericho backstage. You saw him in the parking lot or something. I didn't even know we were going to sign him. Then I saw him in the parking lot. I was like, holy shit, this didn't hit me. You got to do business. And The Rock comes in. Rock says it was his idea to fucking do it. Shut the fuck up. I don't need any of this in my life. Please and thank you.
Oh man. He's gonna join forces with Ethan Page and his new team Canada. And he's going to be like their personal consultant. He's going to be the one that brings them to the main roster. It's going to be Jericho, Chelsea Green, the Secret Service, and Ethan Page. And it's all a proxy to get Ethan Page over.
I'm not against that idea. Well, he hasn't been interesting on the mic in 5 years. He should have it. He hasn't had a stroke, has he? He should be able to cut a good promo.
Yeah.
I like that idea though, with Ethan Page. I like that idea.
Yes, exactly. It's the Don Jericho family.
That could work. I'm down.
It can work. It can work. And he only can. And you could do what you just said. Like do 5 matches. Just has 5 matches. Most of the time he's just a manager. He's a mouthpiece for these guys to get them over. Put them you get them near the main event scene because Chelsea's already one of the most entertaining mid-card acts, but you can get her closer to the main event scene with Jericho kind of propping her up.
No.
See, we're helping here. We're getting back to our original. This was our original thing that we did on the show was make WWE and AEW better with better ideas.
It helped.
And then they started using it. But then we didn't see any paychecks for it, so we stopped doing
that. Anything else?
He said Big Man Dog says the first Jericho idea I heard that wasn't dog shit. We're here to help. We're here to help. Yeah.
I know you all love Tanahashi, by the way, but
oh my god. I said he was running like a grandpa. He was like
no, it's funny. You had Toni Storm as the women's wrestler of the year, so I had to. Pardon me. I was on Cage Match a couple days ago, yesterday rather, and I was comparing her and Io Sky's year. It's not close, by the way. It's Io Sky. That aside, I decided to look up Tanahashi. You know how they have like the numbers are like color coded. Like a really good match is green, and then like a mid match is like yellow, and then like a bad match is like red. Io and Toni are like a wall of green. Io's more green because she's better, but it's a wall of green.
In the ring. This women's wrestler of the year is not just in the ring.
Tanahashi is a fucking rainbow. That shit is heinous looking. It's yellow and
Especially
red.
this
What
year.
is this shit?
There's
What
like
is
one.
this
There's
shit?
like you'll see like one green. You're like, ooh.
It's like, what the fuck is going on? Why is he still wrestling? Let it go.
Because he's got to put over Evil. Evil is the person who he has to put over. Evil made it to the G1 Climax final. But our boy, our AEWramble has been a pro Konosuke Takeshita podcast for a very long time.
Another wall of green, even greener.
I bet. And yes, he is the G1 Climax 35 winner. What do you think? What did you think about that?
I think it could be used as a stepping stone to the AEW main event where he should have been 2 years ago. But mostly, I don't care. I don't see it, so I don't care, unfortunately.
Do you think he's going to win the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship?
Who's champ?
Zack Sabre Jr.
All right, he's on the fucking card.
Yeah, he's facing Nigel McGuinness at Forbidden.
Sure. Who cares? Sorry, this about means nothing. This is not 5 or 10 years ago. This about means fucking nothing.
I'm fairly certain there's someone from the UK watching this show or listening to this show that's like, I actually, this match really means a lot to me. And Jimmy just shat all over me.
I'm sorry, Nigel McGuinness. I love Nigel. 20 years ago.
What? Why don't you love Nigel now?
He's a fucking commentator. What are we doing?
He's able to wrestle again.
Gunther versus Pat McAfee ass match. What are we doing?
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that to Nigel McGuinness. Nigel McGuinness, even out of his prime, is much better than Pat McAfee in the ring.
Why? Who says who? Does it used to be fantastic? What do you want from me?
He's at least good now.
If you say so. I watched the punches he threw a dragon. This shit was terrible. It's over. Let this shit go. Come on, man. Let it go. It's okay. Let it go. I like Nigel.
I agree with this. Christian Ramos saying Nigel is at least a William Regal type.
Oh, yeah. William Regal could stop wrestling too. I don't care. What are you talking about? Nigel and Regal both 12 be wrestling. I agree. I'm with you. We're on the same page.
Frantic Girl says I like Tanahashi, but man, I can't wait for him to stop wrestling. I feel bad for him. I feel like he's killing himself.
He needs a paycheck. Not mad at that. Is this true that we said Danhausen?
No, they extended his contract because of injury time.
I'm not gonna do this for
free Danhausen?
Of course. This is fucking disgusting. Whatever. It's Danhausen.
I'm hoping it's one of those situations where they eventually agree to the release, like they did with Phoenix and Starks.
If they agree that slavery's wrong. That's beautiful. Man, come on. Both slave and master now agree that slavery's bad. Wow. Look at them coming together. Well, you know what? I don't think so. I don't think that's quite how that works. I'm going to say one of these people was a scumbag and one of them isn't. All right. And no, I don't like Danhausen. I don't particularly care for Danhausen. I don't want to see Danhausen. I'm glad I haven't seen Danhausen. I didn't like him when he showed up. I didn't get bored with Danhausen. I wasn't happy when he showed up. I didn't think it was funny then. I didn't think it's funny now. But I don't want people kept someplace they don't want to be if they're not going to be used.
That makes sense. That's a good point. Big Man Dog says Tony definitely watches the Ramble. I mentioned I just watched the 10-minute recap on YouTube instead of the show one week, and a couple of weeks later, it's gone. Only 2-minute clips now.
Got your ass. Back to watching the show.
Got your ass back to show. It worked. It worked, dog. Christian saying yes, free Danhausen. We got King Potato says I agree, Jimmy. Danhausen was never good.
I was like, oh, it's Danhausen. I was like, where's he from? Oh, I just see him on the internet. Nigga, if you don't get away from me. No.
We got Joe Pearl in the chat. Good to see you. He says Tony and Nick will meet in the middle of the Las Vegas desert, a bag over Danhausen's head as they complete the exchange before the next AAA event.
Hey, Joel. I didn't say hi to you last time I came across you. My bad. I was distracted. My bad. That's on me. I was happy to see you. You're the blackest person on that podcast. After silence. Because homegirl's talking fucking crazy. Sorry. We'll move on.
So you insult my blackness as someone
You over there, you were, what did you do about me? Oh, yeah, you were fucking Kiki. Nah. You were right along with her.
Kiki.
Right along with purple hair over there. Yes.
This man. 2FK says, I'm late, damn it. Ospreay news has genuinely rattled me. The GOAT of modern wrestling. What a career. I'll be there on Sunday to see the AEW version of his dog pound cage match.
God, I hope this is sarcasm. If it is, it's really good, by the way. I think it's the genuinely that sells it.
So you don't believe a word that came out of Will Ospreay's mouth.
I believe he was happy to be in Scotland. I believe that part. Everything else after that is horseshit. We care about our company so much, we're not going to let Danhausen go. But we're going to let Will Ospreay wrestle a cage match compromised.
Just slightly, ever so slightly compromised.
Right. See the way
he's got a boo-boo. He's got a boo-boo on his neck.
AEW is not held responsible because it's lights. That's not how that works. Ever.
It's a lights out steel cage match. It's non-sanctioned. That's how it works in pro wrestling, sir. Absolutely. I don't know if you ever watched it before, but it's kind of how it works. Indeed. But let's talk about it. What did you think overall thoughts on the Scotland crowd last night?
Good crowd. I enjoyed them quite a bit. There were a couple times they got lost in the sauce, as wrestling fans will tend to do, and start blowing themselves. But mostly, I think they're really good. Yeah.
Really fun crowd last night in Glasgow, Scotland. AEW comes on the air, and we got the theme music of Bryan Danielson hitting as he's welcomed to a huge ovation from the crowd, while Excalibur and Tony Schiavone are on commentary tonight with him. Will Ospreay's theme then hits when Bryan joins the commentary team as he comes out to a huge ovation as well, and it's time to open the show with a face-off that Ospreay requested last week. A speechless Ospreay took in the chants from the crowd before thanking them for cheering him up during one of the worst stretches of his life. Ospreay reminisced about the days when he wrestled in Scotland and loved the food. He talks about seeing the Greg's sausage roll truck, and we get a sausage roll chant. He gets on his knees and he praised the Lord for the sausage rolls. He was like, yeah, I don't need any of that vegan crap, and that leads to Bryan getting up from the commentary desk and getting upset. Ospreay has grown up in front of these fans and thanking them for being his people. Ospreay said that after what the Death Riders did to him, though, he says that it was the first time that he's felt human, as he's always assumed he can get through wrestling unharmed, to the point where Taka Michinoku once called him an alien. Ospreay realized he's going to have to travel down a road that many wrestlers have, as last week he was told he wasn't cleared for Forbidden Door. But lights out steel cage means it's unsanctioned. It's out of AEW's hands. If he gets hurt, it's no one's fault but his own. The fans chant, "Please don't die," as he says he knows they don't want him to die, as Ospreay is aware of the risks, but AEW means so much to him. He's here to prove a point that he'll be the standard for these three letters. If there's a chance he can't be the same Will Ospreay after Sunday, he's leaving it all out there come Forbidden Door. Ospreay is doing this all for revenge, as he's entering the lights out steel cage and with 4 of his best friends wanting the same thing. Before doctors take a scalpel to his neck, he says that he's going to take a pound of flesh from Jon Moxley. And right on cue, the music of the Death Riders hits and Moxley comes through the crowd with Marina Shafir by his side. Bryan Danielson says that he promised Tony Khan that he'd be a commentator tonight, not seeking revenge for what Moxley did to him last year at Wrestle Dream. After an intense face-off between Moxley and Ospreay and the fans giving it a big reaction, we get Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. They slowly join on the apron. Ospreay said, "What happened?"
These niggas look ridiculous. Did you see the outfits they were wearing? The shittiest grunge band of all time.
Ospreay says that if Moxley wants to get rid of him, don't have his boys do it yourself. Before Moxley could say anything, Jet Speed hit the ring and started fighting with the Death Riders. As Ospreay left, the music of Hiroshi Tanahashi hit. My man came down here. He did a light jog from the backstage area to the ramp. Then he slowly takes off his jacket, and then he gives the most grandpa run I think I've ever. And dear Lord, if I told you his age, you would be like, yeah, it's best that he retired because let's extend your years, because this man is only 48 years old. Like this is we got to extend his life. But before we get into the matchup that this leads into, what did you? I know you had good things to say about what Ospreay, Ospreay's promo here. Do you buy that he is not cleared for Forbidden Door? I do like it as, I'm asking for everyone. Some people buy it, but as far as I stand, I think that it was a good explanation of why he was the one that suggested the lights out steel cage. Because I think we didn't even go in on it last week. It was a little like, okay, that came out of nowhere. You didn't even tease to this. Like, yeah, this is like, first time we had lights out steel cage, it was because the two guys that were going in, they had basically went to war in a Texas death match. So how do you get one step further from there? A no rules steel cage matchup. So that made sense. This is like, okay, you could say, oh, this is an extension from the Anarchy in the Arena, but it just came out of nowhere. It just came like last week. It wasn't like built to like weeks upon weeks and stuff. It was Ospreay's back. He's now suggesting this. You just kind of took it from one step to another. So it was kind of abrupt how it happened. So I appreciate kind of the explanation behind it. And like you said, he comes off as such an everyday kind of baby face that the fans can get behind, and that especially if you're an international crowd, he's got a story for every international crowd that they could seemingly go in front of. And I like the Moxley Ospreay vibes here. This feels like a big money program that they can do like in the fall of the year if he's healthy enough to do that. Jimmy, what did you think about the promo, this opening segment here?
A good promo. Ospreay's fucking fantastic. He's a really good babyface. He has really good performance. Every man's a good word for it. He comes across as genuine as a white meat babyface, which is hard to do, quite frankly. I don't buy it from many a person, which is why I wish they would stop trying. CM Punk. Whether he is or not is irrelevant. I don't care if he's a good guy. It has nothing to do with me. I don't believe you watching it, so stop doing it. Ospreay is clear to wrestle because he's going to wrestle, right? This is like 1-to-1. If he wasn't cleared, he would not be wrestling. So he's cleared. It's that simple. I know you guys. The fact that some wrestling fans think this is legitimate is a testament to what I've been saying to you for God knows how many years at this point. Wrestling fans are morons. It's just, not you guys. You guys are great, but quite a few people are just jarringly stupid. Steve Austin did not get hit by that car. He did not. Hate to break the news to you. He may need surgery, but he is certain. If he wrestles, he's certainly cleared to wrestle. That's just how that works. Moxley was outside of the outfits, all of whom decided to wear the most ridiculous look ever, outside of Wheeler, who always looks silly. They were fine. Death Riders they're not an albatross anymore. They're just worthless. That helps. They're like generic villains that the babyface had to beat up.
Yeah, I think the only reason we didn't get a promo battle between the two because they are going to run this as a program. I feel like it was just like a teaser of them being the two leaders going into this matchup. It's just a teaser to a potential one-on-one between Moxley and Ospreay.
In a fair world, Moxley had his Bailey run, and now he is sliding down the card because that's where he should be. Is down the fucking card.
But now you need him as like a gatekeeper to get to the championship.
Oh, good lord.
That's him sliding down to the next level right here after where he's been for the last 9 months.
That's a fair enough point. Let's rephrase. He should become the Undertaker, which is you go away for 9 months out of the fucking year. and you can come back and do whatever you want. And then you go away for another 9 months. Good lord. Him, Seth. Oh. Shield. Say it's wrestling and then ruin wrestling. Please stop.
That's outrageous.
Sorry, they're bad.
How do you rank the members now? I'm gonna make that. How do you rank
Roman by a country mile? Oh my god. What do you do with these two?
This is overall.
Overall?
It's not just WWE.
Oh, so you mean like an all-time ranking. So yeah, Roman by a country mile. As far as who I prefer to watch, they're both terrible. But I prefer to watch Moxley. I think Rollins is ahead of him all the time, though. Only because he's in the big company.
Okay.
As a top flight performer. By top flight, I mean pushed, not performance-wise. Performance-wise, it is what it is. Some has been great, a lot has been terrible. I refuse to listen to Seth Rollins' revisionism. Enough. Ever since he lost his knees, he's been fine. He's just fine. He's fine, guy. No disrespect.
He said ever since he lost his knees. This man had surgery. Had surgery because he blew his shit out.
I appreciate the work you put in, sir. You're a soldier of the highest order.
He said Big Rome. Big dog man, big Rome, greater than nobody, greater than Uncle Ambrose, greater than Seth Franklin Rollins.
If you've got Ambrose over Rollins, I'm not at it. I don't.
Yeah, I'm not. I think you can go either way. I think any day of the week it would change. I think that Roman would still be number one because of the last 4 years. I think it's the last 4 years that really puts him over the top because he would just be viewed as the guy who got pushed the hardest, but didn't ever live up to it. But the last 4 years kind of helped him build his legacy. So
Yeah, ushered in a new era, even though Triple H and Cody Rhodes tried to tell you otherwise. Roman did.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, he's gonna be the iconic name of this era, regardless of what Triple H wants to put his stamp on or who they're trying to push as the number one guy now.
Sorry.
No, you're not. Chuck Berry says, I do kind of agree with Jimmy on that note, though.
What? Wrestling fans being dumb? They are. Thank you.
See, I didn't give you a disclaimer for that, so you're getting on. You get up next after Tanahashi comes out is, of course, the trios matchup of Tanahashi teaming up with Jet Speed to verse the Death Riders, Jon Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, and Wheeler Yuta. Tanahashi and Moxley are slugging it out right away before the Death Riders made fast tags, keeping Tanahashi isolated early. Dragon Screw sent a Yuta flying as Bailey made the tag and started lighting up Yuta with kicks until a running shooting star got a near fall. You get Yuta dodged a high kick into an angle slam before tagging in Castagnoli. Right in front of the referee, though, you get Marina Shafir sweeps up Kevin Knight's leg, which doesn't call a disqualification, but he ejects Marina from ringside. As Marina is going up the ramp, Ospreay comes out and he grabs up Marina and runs to the back. Then we get a nice little spot where Claudio has the giant swing on Speedball, and that's broken up by Kevin Knight leaping over the swing into a drop kick into a huge springboard dive to the outside. We get the Death Riders are isolated, and it's all of them. They're picking apart Kevin Knight during the picture-in-picture. Finally, we get a huge drop kick to Castagnoli and then a thrust kick to Moxley, led to a Tanahashi hot tag. It's just so hard to watch him run because it looks like it's so it looks like it hurts so much. Like I feel bad. Like it's like this looks like pain, sir. Why don't you do something else? But yes, we get the Bullet Club. We get a 3-way twist and shout spot where they all hit the twist and shout, which is one of Tanahashi's signature moves on the Death Riders. But then the Bullet Club War Dogs make their way down to ringside. They get a few that run distraction as Gabe Kidd crotches Tanahashi as he's going for high fly flow. Cameras cut to Will Ospreay, who's walking back out with presumably Marina Shafir over his shoulder in a body bag. Everyone was distracted, allowing for Jet Speed to take out Castagnoli and Moxley with double dives. Meanwhile, you get Tanahashi, who's in the ring. He hits the high fly flow on Wheeler Yuta for the 1-2-3 to pick up the victory. Post-match, though, we get the Bullet Club War Dogs and the Death Riders. They attack Tanahashi and Speedball in the ring. Meanwhile, you get the Young Bucks on the stage. They come from behind Ospreay and they hit him with the super kick party. They then are about to try to open up the body bags, but out come Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly of Paragon to make a save. They brawled to the back with the Bucks. The Death Riders came up to make the save. They open up the body bag, and it is not Marina Shafir. It is Darby Allin who explodes out. He starts pouncing Claudio. He jumps on his back, and he's raking at his face. The Ops show up. They start brawling with the Bullet Club War Dogs. We get a giant pile of people just spilling into the crowd. The giant pile brawl until Darby Allin makes his way up to the corridor. He hits a massive coffin drop onto the heels. You get Ospreay dragging Darby from the pile up. You get Joe getting in some extra licks, as well as Shibata. As the babyfaces stand tall, the Death Riders and War Dogs are forced to furiously regroup as the babyfaces celebrate in the ring. Whew. That was a lot. The trios matchup, it was solid enough trios match to open up the show. I thought everybody worked well and worked around the Tanahashi having one knee. He has half a knee on each side, and he has one knee, and it's hard to see him to see him run at times. But I thought everybody else worked really well around him. The post match was just a complete clusterfuck. I don't know any other way to describe it. It was a clusterfuck that never made me want to see the Lights Out Steel Cage more. So I think it failed at its goal of a go home show. Jimmy.
Yeah, too much. Go home. Just the post match rather. Just too much. Why is Paragon here? Why is Kevin Knight Jet Speed here? Why are we doing any of this? I don't understand. I thought the Marina Darby switch was clever. I like that part. Yeah. That was a nice little bit of it. But as far as the match goes, the match was mid. Post match was a little better than that. I'd say fine. I don't care. Ever since Ospreay stopped talking, I have not cared for anything that followed. Probably the best way I can put it.
He said Ospreay was the highlight of the opening segment. Ospreay was once again the highlight of this segment. He was only here for 2 seconds.
Goddamn sad.
We got a couple.
Is the pay-per-view on Sunday?
Yes.
A lot of these segments felt like we had another week to go. MJF's in particular. It's like, oh, okay. It's a nice twist. The pay-per-view is tomorrow.
Yeah, it's like today. Wait, what? Annika says, I think Ospreay needs to turn heel. He's a bit he's getting a bit goofy. I wouldn't. He's always been like that. Like he would be a bit goofy even as a heel. I don't think he needs to turn heel because you don't get a lot of like organically white meat baby faces in wrestling. When you have one that's also one of the best wrestlers in the world, then I think that you should ride that as long as you can, honestly.
Yeah, I'd force the fans to turn heel. I'm not going to do it beforehand.
Yeah. We got Project Finisher. It says Hook is probably needed in Collision, AEW's Night of Gotham.
He needs to leave. Go where? I don't know. TNA. I don't know. I'm over it. I'm over the Hook thing. Sorry.
He's over the Hook fab. This is a good idea because yeah, I do think Swerve's character does not work as a babyface.
It's bad.
Especially a company that has Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson as babyfaces, and then you got this guy who's supposed to be
Where are you getting all these people from? Kenny Omega, Bryan Danielson. One of these niggas is a commentator. One of these niggas is a crippled commentator, works part-time, and the other one is Bryan Danielson.
He's not even on commentary. It's a bad one. What are you talking about?
Kenny Omega wants to be treated like Roman Reigns, and the only thing he got is Roman's schedule. The fuck is this? What is going on? I don't know. Yes, if Kenny's back full time, Swerve can turn heel. I'm good. Swerve's great heel.
There we go. We met somewhere on this road. I don't know what the hell. Why Kenny Omega getting strays out here?
You asked the work, nigga. You were out for how many months?
Why is he being called the freaking commentator when he's never done commentary?
You out for how many months? Now you're gonna work fucking part-time? Are you fucking serious?
So get the fuck out of here. We get a video. We get a video package for Hangman Adam Page versus MJF for the AEW World Title at Forbidden Door. Then we get Adam Copeland, who comes out to a huge ovation. The Scotland crowd loved Adam Copeland and loved Metalingus. They sang his song, did the whole basically the hook on their own with no backtrack as Adam Copeland seeped it all in, sank it all in. You get Danielson said last week he saw one man hug another and one didn't seem to reciprocate, that being Christian Cage, who he doesn't know if he's all in for this reunion. Christian comes out and interrupts the crowd as they were going to keep singing Adam Copeland's theme music here. Christian comes out and Tony Schiavone's in the ring to interview the two, and he gets the mic and Christian says, first things first, Glasgow needs to sit down and shut up and let me handle. He's like, and Copeland rips the mic away, doesn't let him get off his catchphrase, and asking why he still got to do that. The fans love them. They're one of the greatest teams of all time. But he admits, yes, Christian is an asshole. Except Copeland admits that Christian is his asshole. And he makes a strange look reacting to it. Christian's looking on in pride and dignity. Shivani asks if Christian has found himself. And Christian admits he's done just that. Christian found, when he searched through all of his deeper feelings, that yes, he's perfect just the way he is. He doesn't have a thing to change. People might wonder if Copeland and Cage are on the same page. And he says, no, they are not. Not by a long shot, as there's a lot of scar tissue there. He says they might be on a different page, but at least they're writing in the same book now. Christian said that this is a reunion of necessity, as Copeland helps Christian with his Nick and Kip problem, while Christian can help Copeland with his FTR problem. While Christian's word hasn't meant much in the past, Cage will look at Copeland right in the eyes and say he'll be the best tag team partner he's ever had. And he says this version of Christian Cage will be the best tag team partner he's ever had. And they shake hands, but then the music of the matriarchy hits. Kip Sabian and Mother Wayne walk out to the stage. Sabian says that it's pathetic. Christian is seeking admiration from the people he once despised. Shayna Wayne asks, how dare they boo not just a mother, but the mother of the prodigy, Nick Wayne. She points to the Contron, and on the Contron, we see Nick Wayne at Buddy Wayne's gym in Seattle, as he's apparently not in Scotland, as he says that last Wednesday, Cage saved Copeland, but he wasn't far behind. While Cage swung that spike board last week in dodging him, Nick broke his foot. Christian took a Forbidden Door away from him, a night he would have made a reunion into a farewell tour, embarrassing them and taking Christian's career from him. It's a blessing in disguise. He won't be there on Sunday, but tells Christian that he's always one step ahead. A video plays on the Contron now, and we see Doctor getting some electric to bring something back alive, electricity, and it is none other than the former Kill Switch, seemingly coming back to life. His music hits. He comes down to the ring looking as big as ever. I'm surprised after all he's been through, almost dying. Christian sees Kip Sabian on the apron, and he knocks him off. Meanwhile, you get Killswitch, who chokeslams Copeland. Then Christian and Killswitch go face to face. They have a stare down with the crowd chanting Luchasaurus. Killswitch was about to walk off, but then he turns back around and he completely murks Christian with this chokeslam. Christian tried to lay on his side, but it looked like he almost landed right on his neck. We see Kip Sabian and Mother Wayne join Luchasaurus in the ring as they stand over Christian and Cope. And it's made official. It will be Christian and Cope versus Luchasaurus and Kip Sabian at Forbidden Door. I enjoyed the Cope and Christian part of this. I thought that this felt more in tune with where the story was at than the hug last week. And, I didn't take into account Christian's reaction to the hug. I did bring it up, but I didn't talk about it like more of that being, okay, they're not rushing it completely. But this promo was more of kind of solidifying that. So I thought that part was good. I know they had to explain, a replacement for Nick Wayne, because Nick Wayne getting pulled from the show, I guess last minute. That's kind of inconvenient for them and what they were planning to do here. But you get a big spot for Luchasaurus to make his return. I enjoyed that. Nick Wayne's promo, I know you hated it, but I thought it was probably one of his better deliveries of a promo. Not the best dialogue at all. But Jimmy, what did you think about this segment?
It was one of his best deliveries. So what? What does that mean? What does that have to do with anything? Was it good or bad? Not relative to Nick Wayne. Was it good or bad relative to every fucking promo you've heard in your life? He stinks. Why can't we just acknowledge this firstly and foremostly? He is bad. He's bad.
That's your opinion.
Is he good or bad relative to everybody else talking right now? Not in wrestling, on the planet. Motherfuckers giving speeches of professors. Is he any good at talking? Nerds on their first date. Is he any good at talking at all? Great. Don't put this on me. He stinks objectively. You want to slide it off on me? No, he's bad. It's okay. You can acknowledge it. It's fair. He's a professional. He's not an actual child, sir. He's over 18. He's a professional. I know he's very young. I'll be nice. Anyway, Edge and Christian were fun, at the very least. I did like that we're going to acknowledge that the hug was silly. It was terrible. I really liked Christian. I thought this was a nice bounce back from the last promo he had. Him saying he doesn't need to change anything. No, not saying doesn't need to change anything. Perfect the way I am. Just it pops me. It pops me so much. That part was great. Nick stunk. And then what happened? Oh, Luchasaurus came back. All right. Sure.
You don't like seeing people come back from almost dying?
I love that he's back from almost dying. It's good.
He's like, I don't care.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. We appreciate you for being here. We got Power Driver Finisher who says, I agree with Nick Wayne not being good on the mic, but the Luchasaurus return was played out well. Yeah, I agree. I like Luchasaurus coming back with the black and green. I wish that they just would have called him Luchasaurus, because he's still being referred to as Christian's finishing move. That was the whole point of the patriarchy. To show that he's not in the patriarchy anymore, go back to Luchasaurus.
Well, wouldn't that make him the babyface though? He's already babyface.
Probably, because you're giving the fans what they want.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. This is what it is. You're making the best out of a messy situation, we'll say. This is fine. All this is just fine. I'm good. Not the biggest first opponents for Edge and Christian, but it's fine. It's better than Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian. Actually, no, it's not. Kip Sabian drags us down way too much for me to get. I'm sorry. Kip Sabian.
Would Nick Wayne and Luchasaurus be better?
It'd be a bigger deal.
That'd be basically paying off the original promo that Cope said about the people that's in the patriarchy with him at that time back in 2023 were all going to turn on him, and now he has to help him with his problem while he's helping him with his issue with FTR. Boy, they both got turned on by the people that they trusted in.
This is a fucking mess. Ed is acting. He's the prophet. Told you to turn on you. Yeah, he's a dick. Yes. People get tired of a dickhead. Yes. That's typically how that fucking works. I'm not entirely sure why that makes Edge a prophet. Good Lord.
Oh. We got Joe and Chase who said this is the prison food feud in AEW right now. He said it may look like crap, but you got to eat it.
You have to. Because it gets a number, I assume.
Everything gets a number here. Big Red Dunn says this segment wasn't good, but it entertained me. Yeah, there was parts of this that wasn't the best, but I thought it was booked then well. It was like the WWE pay-per-views in the 2010s. We used to get fooled by like pay-per-views that started well and ended well, and we didn't care that there was nothing but crap and 5-minute matches in the middle. And so it's kind of like that. Like if it starts well and ends well, I can get over some crap in the middle, but I can understand y'all not liking the Nick Wayne promo. I was fine with it. I was fine with it.
You think it was good? Not good for Nick Wayne. You think it was good, period?
I thought it was fine.
It's like watching people answer questions on Israel and Palestine. You tell motherfuckers bought. Both sides need to come together.
How am I bought? I like Nick because I like Nick Wade.
Yes,
and I didn't think this promo was horrible. I'm bought. Wow.
Yes. You love Nick Wayne. Clearly, colored your perspective. Never colored your perspective. From the way you're talking, your perspective is fine. Your perspective is perfect. You just won't say it out loud. It stinks.
Because I don't agree with you.
You do agree. That's the issue. If you didn't agree, if you were sitting here fiery telling me this was fine, I would go, oh my God, he's lost his fucking mind. But listen, it was fine. I think it was fine. You all. No, stop it. Come on. So.
I'm talking to you. You don't like it. I know you don't like anything that Nick Wayne does.
Nick Wayne is a fine in-ring competitor. He's
fine. I've never heard you compliment his in-ring ability.
Why? Because I don't watch some fucking fatal 4-way match with 3 other losers on fucking Collision? Yes. No, thank you. I'm getting a main event slot against Darby Allin his first day here? Yes. No, thank you. I'll pass on that. I'm good. Instead I get him yapping about nothing. That fucking face. Fucking yearbook photo face. Get out of here. Ugh. Oh, Lord.
All right. On that note, backstage, we see Mark Briscoe frantically pacing around backstage as he tells the cameraman who he flew all the way to Scotland to make sure MJF doesn't make it to Forbidden Door. He's going to kill him. Then we get Ricochet is backstage with the Gates of Agony. He's about to have an interview when he is interrupted by MJF, who said, bald people and the thought of being bald freaks me out. But he's here to conduct a business. While he doesn't like Ricochet, the enemy of my enemy is his friend. And he wants them to help him take out Mark Briscoe. Ricochet says that he'd love to see MJF running around like a chicken with his head cut off, but admits he has an issue still with Briscoe and accepts his offer. They shake hands and MJF tells the cameraman to shut it off. What did you think about the series of segments setting up our angle for later in tonight? As far as like setting up an angle for later in tonight, I thought this was good. I'm not saying anything about the actual segment this was setting up, but this part was good. I liked.
This part was fun. MJF's hilarious. MJF losing the Hurt Syndicate and then replacing them with fucking 3 light-skinned niggas is it's hysterical on every level. I doubt it was intentional, but it's funny to me at the very least.
I just asked the first light-skinned dudes I saw.
Sure. This was good. I'll say.
Just said stop.
It's not a coincidence.
It's not.
There's no evil white people down here. It's not available. All right, sure.
Up next, we get FTR, Dax Harwood, and Cash Wheeler with Stokely Hathaway versus Brodito, Brody King, and ROH World Champion Bandito. Good reaction for everybody coming out here. Stokely still has the mask of Bandito that they sold on Collision last week. Danielson said that FTR is probably the greatest tag team of his generation. Brodito and Harwood started things off with a much slower pace than you would expect here. Each were jockeying for a position. We get multiple shoulder tackles, headlock takeovers, leg sweep attempts leading to a stalemate. Wheeler tagged in as Brodito started to ramp up, teasing a dive, but FTR ran for higher ground. Harwood tried throwing multiple chairs, but referee Paul Turner impressively caught both of them. The Hurt Syndicate were shown backstage. They were watching the action as Brody tagged in and started ragdolling Wheeler, but as Harwood hit a power driver, King just no-sells it, gets up, and stacks both FTR on top of each other and hits a big running senton. Cazadora splash combo by Brodito got a near fall. Wheeler saved his tag team partner, while Stokely basically cracks King right upside the head with a lead pipe that he had hidden in his sling. Harwood scolded the crowd to show Stokely respect as things went to a commercial break, as King was now bleeding from the pipe shot. It was all FTR during the break. When things returned, we get King immediately made a hot tag to Brodito. Brodito was running wild for a bit here. We get a code red that gets a near fall on Harwood. Brodito sent both men crashing outside, leading to an attempted dive, only for FTR to catch Brodito in the air and slammed him face first into the apron. That was a brutal spot. Brodito remained isolated while King continued pouring blood on the apron, wanting a tag. We get Harwood wanted a superplex, but Brodito relentlessly chopped his way free. Hits a big high crossbody for a 2 count as we went to a second commercial break. We welcome back with Brodito hitting a double Hurricane Rana DDT, with King finally able to make the hot tag to a huge pop from the crowd. He gets loud chops and forearms ditched out. We get the big double senton to both FTR in the corner. Then we get Brodito flew in with a dive to the outside onto both of them. Harwood sent back inside as Wheeler was squished with King hitting a crossbody against the barricade. Referee sees Stokely try to trip up Brodito, but did nothing about it as Brodito kicked him away and got back the mask that Stokely stole and switched it on. He then hits a frog splash for a near fall. We get Wheeler escaped a King power slam outside, posting King, hitting a tornado DDT off the apron. FTR wanted the powerplex, but King choked Wheeler off the apron. The Hurt Syndicate looked annoyed as Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley walked off. King was crushed in the corner as Harwood hit a back superplex as Wheeler flew in for the splash for a close 2, and Danielson was losing his mind at this point. We get the 25-minute call has passed by the Ariara, I think her name is. Yeah, she said that, and I didn't even realize it was at 25 minutes. I was like, I was like, oh, wow. I see where this is going now. King ate a shatter machine only for FTR to miss the blind tag. Brodito flew in with a victory roll on Wheeler for 2. We get an inverted doomsday device, but Brodito kicks out of that. King saved Brodito from shatter machine as he tried choking out Harwood off the apron before both slugged it out. We get Wheeler made the save, leading to a spike power driver on the apron on Brody. Before FTR could regroup, though, Brodito flew in with a huge moonsault onto the floor with 2 minutes remaining. Brodito missed a moonsault and rode through, nearly took Shatter Machine, but countered into a DDT. He goes for the 21 plex, but Harwood's able to make the save, leading to Shatter Machine, but King just broke it up as we get the 1 minute call. FTR now opted to set up a table up at the against the barricade for some reason with a 1 minute call. Wheeler was about to hit a dive onto Brodito, but King ran in, shoved his partner out the way, so he was able to take the hit for him as time expires. Brodito still hits a 21 plex for good measure on Dax, tries to make the cover, but it is obviously too late. The ring announcer announces that Tony Khan has made it official. Both teams have advanced from this tournament and will now face the Hurt Syndicate at Forbidden Door this Sunday in London, England. On cue, Lashley and Benjamin walk out to the stage and hold their tag team titles up, with Brodito and FTR looking on winded. First of all, great match. I thought both teams worked really well with each other, especially after the Brody kind of recovering from the blood spot on the apron and making the hot tag. Once that happened, they kicked into high gear. They hit that third gear and they just had splendid, pristine kind of like pacing, hard hitting action. They had the crowd on their feet. This was the most excited that the crowd got the entire show. And this was the best thing really on the show for me, because all four guys worked really well. FTR is just on a heater right now. They're just proven they're still one of the best tag teams in the world, because they can have very smartly laid out tag team matches that make sense. That's all about following the rules of tag team wrestling, keeping in the psychology, but also working well with their opponent and going into their style. Brody King is an absolute gem. He's one of the best wrestlers here. And when it comes to tag team wrestling, he's not given enough credit for how good he is at that. And Bandito's on a low-key wrestler of the year status. Not like top 5, but like a top 10 as far as like in-ring work. He has been incredible the last 3 months to really kind of get himself into the conversation. But what did you think about this matchup here?
Very good match. Great match. I'll say a great match up until the finish. I hate the finish. You talk about FTR being master psychology. The table spot certainly ain't it.
Didn't make any sense.
That aside, it was a really good match. I enjoyed it quite a bit. FTR, I'm just about ready to call it as the best ever. Just about. I'm always against contemporary wrestlers being in that spot, but sometimes it just is what it is. Kendrick might be the GOAT. FTR might be the GOAT. It is what it is.
Who's your top 5 tag teams of all time?
FTR. This is the best or like my favorite?
The best.
FTR. Boy. As much as Bubba bothers me recently, I think the other boys at second.
He said if Bubba didn't bother me recently.
He'd be higher up. He yaps a fucking lot. I know this is gonna be wild. I'm gonna put beer money in there.
That's not wild at all.
Then it's probably the Hardys. Oh no. Let me get the Briscoes above the Hardys. So Briscoes 4 and the Hardys.
Wow, no 80s tag teams. I thought I would get at least one 80s tag team from you.
I love Tully and Arn, but FTR for Edge, they feel like the better version of that.
Yeah. A lot of mine would be modern like your list, I think. I think I would probably go in order. I think I would go Briscoes 1. Briscoes 1. Then I'll probably go Hardys. Hardys, Bucks, FTR, Usos.
If you haven't watched 2010 WWE, 2010, and I don't plan to.
Well, I'll be honest. As an Uso fan, I've been shooting in the gym for a while. They ain't get this good to like start their legacy as being one of the best ever until like 2014. So just start there, and then you can. when they actually had a tag team title run, that was when they kind of like, okay, they're one of the best tag teams in the world right now.
New Day, Harlem Heat. This does feel rather coony on our part.
I was thinking New Day. I was like, it's between Usos and New Day for me. I would lean Usos, but New Day is definitely more impactful, influential tag team.
Yeah.
Harlem Heat, it's a good shout. He said no, New Day over Usos.
What did Roman do that has you down this week? I noticed the Roman sad face instead of smiling Roman.
I don't know what happened. I would put Edge and Christian in my top 5. They don't have the longevity. It's kind of like talking about like hip hop albums with to a Biggie fan. Like there's only 2 albums. Like
This is outrageous. Biggie's the GOAT.
I agree. I agree. He's got a perfect discography. It's 2 great albums. That's all you need.
No, Biggie than everybody else. No disrespect.
I understand. I agree. It just doesn't have the quantity there. That's like Edge and Christian. Edge and Christian were on top for a year, basically. They were a tag team for like 2-3 years, but it was really just like that 1 year from 2000 to 2001 that they were really on top as one of the best tag teams in the world.
That's fair. It's not Biggie, but that's fair.
Yeah. They're probably the best tag team in terms of both guys splitting up and having really good to great singles careers.
I agree with that. Certainly. I like Pac.
Yeah. Who's your top five best rappers of all time?
Biggie, Hove, interchangeable, but I'm taking Biggie. Dot, Nas. I put Eminem in there. First 2 albums too good. I just can't. Well, not first 3, but those 3. You know what I'm talking about. Are just too good.
Yeah. That's his whole legacy there.
Yeah, he put out some garbage recently.
I said this. This is what I said. I had a hot take with JJ. I was like, Eminem's not a top 10 discography. I was like, I don't know any other.
Is that a hot take?
Apparently it was to JJ because JJ's a big Eminem fan, but I was like, it's not a top 10 discography. I was like Kanye, Kendrick, Outkast, Tupac, Nas,
Tribe, Biggie,
Tribe Called Quest,
Hulk.
yeah.
Eminem have a top 20 discography. No disrespect.
But I have him in my top 5. I said MF Doom and he looked at me like I was crazy.
Listen, Doom is hard to get into. I will acknowledge that. The first time I heard it, I went, this kind of stinks. No disrespect. But the more I listen to it, the better it is. Like, holy shit, this nigga might be top 5.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I would put Eminem in there. I'll say Biggie 1, Eminem 2, Jay-Z, Kendrick. Tupac, maybe? Yeah, Tupac, maybe. Yeah.
Nobody loves Nas.
I love Nas. Well, no, yeah, you said I'm thinking my favorites, but yeah, if I had to do it like on best, yeah, Nas is in the top 5. I would probably put Nas ahead. I'd probably put Kendrick at 6, and I would probably put Nas in there and move everybody up.
Fair enough. I'm not mad at that. Hey, T5 the Great. Them's the 3. Slim Shady LP better than Eminem Show. I'm standing on it. I don't agree.
I don't agree. Marshall Mathers LP. Marshall Mathers LP.
Land. No, and Marshall Mathers LP is the best with relative is.
Yeah.
Slim Shady LP is better than Eminem Show. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I know there's people that. I mean, I can make the argument for Eminem Show.
Most people do.
Eminem Show's production is ridiculous. His performances on
bore.
like all the what?
The Eminem Show's production is a bore. Why is Eminem? First of all, why is he producing all these tracks? You ain't that good. That's number 1. And number 2, some shitty LP. That album is so. Come on, man. This one's bad means evil. We hit the trees to look like Vietnamese people. He's evil, and I'm all the Steve Seagal. Above the laws, we don't believe in police need them. Me either. We ain't legal to be legal. So please hit me with the keys to your Jeep Eagle. I breathe deep for 3 lethal. Come on, man. Come on. Stop. Square dance with me. Get the fuck out of here. Stop.
I would probably, I think you can, it's really interchangeable, but yeah, I would probably go Marshall Mathers LP, Slim Shady LP, Eminem Show. What you have at 4, though? That's the question. That's always the question with Eminem fans or people that listen to Eminem. What you got at 4? I honestly think it's Relapse.
Let's go! Yes, man.
It's Relapse.
I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what Eminem says.
I don't care what Eminem says. It's not a dud on your resume. I've been hearing all this
Goddamn right.
revisionist history about Encore, and I was like, I re-listened to Encore, and I was like, yeah, no, there's some tracks on here, but it's not better than Relapse. Like, someone tried to tell me Encore is better than Relapse. I was like, no,
no. I got Relapse at 4, pretty easy.
that shit
Then
is
maybe-
a horror film. That's a horror film. Oh my goodness. Then I probably put. What would you put at 5?
I probably have to go with Marshall Mathers LP2.
Ooh, I think it's either that or Recovery at that spot.
The more or less, the Recovery's not going to age well.
No,
Not afraid. Shut the fuck up. Good Lord. I'm happy you're happy, but good Lord.
Send a super chat donation, guys. You can help us do some Q&As where we can talk more about music. That was fun. Not afraid. Fuck up. Hey, he tried something new, man. He's inspirational. Inspirational. Love tracks, man. He was like, no love. Oh, no love. Oh.
I don't think Wayne's gonna age great either. A lot of Wayne stuff I used to love, and like, he's not really saying anything. It's just words that go together. This kind of stinks.
Where'd you go with Wayne? Carter 2 or Carter 3 for his best?
Carter 3 is too big for me not to have it on one. It's just too big. Yeah. He was my top 10 too, by the way.
Wayne? I mean, I've always been against Wayne for some reason. Nothing, and no albums that I listen to like Funeral is gonna help me with that. But what do you think is Kendrick's Good Kid, Mad City, or To Pimp a Butterfly?
I know everybody loves Pimp a Butterfly. Good Kid, Mad City is like the perfect album to me.
I agree. That's what I prefer. I prefer that over To Pimp a Butterfly. I love To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah,
it's amazing. It's an amazing piece of art. But Good Kid, Mad City, that's like a top tier, top 3 West Coast album. That's up there with 2001 and Chronic, honestly.
Yeah, I love the fucking album. I'm shocked. He's actually underrated, I think, but not anymore after the Drake thing. He's rated properly, but yeah, Kendrick's fucking fantastic.
Yeah. MJF. He's about to do something bad, I guess. Because Hangman Adam Page comes out, he power walks down to the ring to a huge ovation from the Scotland crowd. Page says that he was attacked last week in the parking lot by MJF, which is how MJF likes to handle things after like every opportunity he can get. If MJF ever had a problem in his life, he can't look at it head on. He doesn't have the balls to do it. It's a waste of everyone's time to call MJF out to the ring to get the piss beaten out of him, as he's a gutless coward. Once MJF signed that Casino Gauntlet contract, there will be no backstabbing. Page swears to God he'll shove his ostrich leathers up MJF's checkered print ass. MJF's music hits, he never appears. Tony Schiavone stood up and said that he was told MJF has a message for Hangman Adam Page. And according to MJF, if Page leaves the ring, something bad is going to happen. MJF is on the Contron and reminded Seabiscuit that he's most vulnerable when he's angry. Ricochet and the Gates of Agony are shown with Mark Briscoe, who is tied up and barely conscious. MJF said that Page will give him what he wants, and he has 3 simple requests. MJF lifts a can of gas, saying that if Page doesn't give him what he wants, Briscoe will be Kentucky Fried. MJF says that at Forbidden Door 1, the title can change hands due to disqualification. 2, the title can change hands due to countout. And finally, he doesn't have to use his Casino Gauntlet contract for this matchup. Bishop Khan hands MJF a lighter. He lights it up and says that Paige has until the count of 5 to accept his request or else. MJF gets to the number 4 and Paige caves in. He accepts, saying, "Congratulations, Hangman is still a hero," says MJF. Paige grabs a steel chair and he heads to the back and charges backstage as we go to commercial break. When we return from commercial break, we see Paige power walking backstage. He finds Ricochet and he cracks him in the back with the chair, demanding where MJF is at. Security runs in and tells Paige that MJF has left, as Paige laid out some of the security before leaving the arena, while the Gates of Agony were late to the draw, saving Ricochet. Brian Danielson on commentary says there's nothing scarier than a determined and vengeful Hangman Page, and Excalibur tells us how stacked the deck has become for Page this Sunday. I liked Page and MJF's performances in a vacuum. Unfortunately, we don't watch wrestling in a vacuum. This was stupid. This was stupid because it completely undermined a fabulous segment that you did to open last week's show, where it worked for everybody's character. MJF is the jerk, the cocky jerk who set up a plan and fell into his own trap because he's also insecure about everything and has anxiety that he's as well developed within his character. You had Hangman Adam Page look like the smart baby face who turned things around and goaded MJF into cashing in his Casino Gauntlet contract. And I feel like this has to be an answer to the ratings, because the ratings was like they had a big opening segment with Paige and MJF, and they've been good in the ratings every single week on the lead up to Forbidden Door. So maybe this is just Tony Khan being like, okay, we need to extend this longer, so let me just go back on the segment last week and do this. But like, no, the weeks before this was us building up Mark Briscoe, spending time for him to get big main event wins and collect momentum on his way to facing MJF. He loses to MJF with his foot on the rope, gets bloody by MJF, and then he becomes a damsel in distress. He's getting kidnapped and tied up, hog-tied, and held hostage to fire. Yes. And MJF is not the type of villain that has done anything like this. He's not Hangman Adam Page that set someone's childhood home on fire. He's not Swerve Strickland that broke into Hangman's house and freaking went for his baby. MJF just does harmless wrestling shit. He low blows people. He says some shit that gets under people's skin. He's going to get himself arrested if he sets Mark Briscoe on fire. He would lose the title match completely. Call his bluff. None of this makes sense.
What?
None of it makes sense. Oh, man. I was so upset. So upset with this. I was like, their performances is good. Paige with a good promo to start this off. MJF does come off like a comic book villain who's put in the freaking hero's girlfriend on the train tracks very well. But none of it makes sense with the story they've told in the lead up. And this wasn't an effective go home segment. This did not make me want to see this match more. Jimmy, what did you think?
Did I miss something with the Gates of Agony and Ricochet? Where'd they go? Did they address that?
What are you talking about?
When fucking Hangman hemmed up Ricochet. Where the fuck were they at?
Oh, they were in the locker room. They came out right after and helped him to his feet.
I might have missed it.
Yeah.
Right after is crazy. What?
It's like, where were y'all? That's what I wish Ricochet would have told him when they came out the locker room. Like, where the hell were y'all? That's
insane. Ricochet is involved with almost setting somebody on fire, and he doesn't think to keep his boys with him.
He got cocky. I just saw him backstage. He looked like he was just bragging to somebody. Like, so we did.
This is a mess. I'm not as mad at the idea of MJF trying to get his look back. I mentioned last week he didn't fucking sign anything. I know these contracts are supposed to be like verbally induced, but it still felt weird to me. I'm not mad at it. Setting somebody on fire, however, is pretty fucking stupid. I don't know how wrestling works in universe. Like, frequently wrestlers would do awful things that would get them arrested and nothing happens. Setting somebody on fire feels like a step too far. If that makes any sense. That's not the first time it's happened even on AEW television. Somebody's been threatened to set on fire and or actually set on fire with Jack Perry. Where are EVPs? Not the Bucks. Our actual EVPs. Where's Swerve? Where Ospreay's here?
No, apparently they gave those up to the people. The people were right there.
Who people? What is going on? Good Lord, this is a mess. I'm sorry. Like I said, whenever Dummy's forced to work, Little Dummy, Triple H is Big Dummy now. Whenever Little Dummy is forced to work, it falls apart, and this is a mess. This is bad. I'm very sad.
This had been a really good build to this match at the pay-per-view, but
has it?
Yeah, I think it has.
It's been a really good build to a triple threat match, but we're not getting a triple threat match.
Also true. That's why this makes no sense, because you could have just had Hangman be like, "Hey MJF, I'll give you the title match that you want without you using your contract, but it has to be a triple threat. I'm willing to put my own title at risk where I have less of a chance to win just to see you get the title match you want so bad and you have to share it with someone that you hate and think is lesser than, like Mark Briscoe." I think you can make more sense than going back on everything you did last week, like this segment was.
Romeo pointed out that security stopped Hangman from fighting Ricochet, but not setting him on fire. This is doubly worse because they have stopped MJF from setting somebody on fire before. Let me make my point, which I will remember till the end of the
because he did that in the ring.
I love that. So wrestling is secure from jurisdiction from the police, and then the backstage area is secure from jurisdiction from everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you. Gotcha. It's a universe within a universe. It's like a pocket universe.
We're just this is 3D chess that we're playing here. You're playing here, guys. I don't know if this is sarcasm or not. Project Richards, it's a great Hangman and MJF segment.
He said it was a great show at the beginning. Maybe he needs it.
That is true.
It's possible.
Maybe he does. That's true. Christopher Kidd says security is crazy for not stopping the fire threat. They couldn't find him.
They don't have a warrant. Absolutely.
They couldn't find him. He was in the dark crevices of the arena, so they couldn't find him. Not their fault. I won't put that on them. And then finally, we add the main event: AEW Women's World Champion Timeless Toni Storm teaming up with Alex Windsor.
Oh, good Lord.
To face the team of Ring of Honor Women's World Champion Athena. 16 days until she becomes the 1,000-day champion, teaming up with TBS champion Mercedes Moné. We get CMLL representative Persephone was shown watching from the crowd, as we're told that Bozilla will be the representative for Stardom at the Forbidden Door TBS title 4-way matchup. Quick start early on for Windsor on Monet to kick things off, as Monet responded with multiple springboard arm drags. Windsor then rolled through a crossbody, powered Monet up into a fallaway slam, throwing Monet right to Storm, who gave Monet a good whiff, getting familiar with her scent once again before channeling Fat Bastard. She then channeled Fat Bastard and demanded Monet get in my belly A freaked out Monet then tagged Athena in, who floated over a hip toss into a spinning arm drag before mocking Storm's pose. She hit Storm hit multiple trips and then the snap drop kick backbreaker before tagging in Windsor. Then we get Monet saved Athena from a double suplex, but Storm and Windsor hit dual corner splashes and headbutts until Storm missed an assisted hip attack. Monet teased a dive, but Storm put on the brakes, grabbing Monet by the chest, basically grabbing her and funneling her up. Athena was just fed up with all of this, just said Monet get her head into the whole game. They did a double team where she held up the ropes for her to take out Windsor on the outside. Then Monet did her dance on the apron, but Toni came in with a running hip attack. Storm then tried a DDT off the apron on Athena, who was just slammed Storm down violently. Windsor was able to hit a running senton off the apron onto both women. Then you get Windsor was worked over during the commercial break. They then worked over Timeless Toni Storm for a bit as well. Windsor made the hot tag and then eventually delivered a series of misdirection clotheslines and then a big leg sweep. Monet kicked free but ran into a blue thunder bomb that Athena had to break up. You get Timeless Toni Storm. She sank in the TCM chicken wing on Athena, but both spilled to the outside, where Athena hit a Storm Zero on Storm right on the ring steps. Series of reversals by Windsor and Monet, who didn't see Athena make the blind tag. Windsor laid out Monet with the Samoan drop. She then sank in the Scorpion Deathlock. Monet tapped out, but referee Aubrey told Windsor that she's not the legal woman, which led to this ridiculous looking O-face where you could say sometimes that the person sees it coming. Windsor did not. Windsor had her back to Athena, and Athena just leaped over her back, hits the stunner for the O-face. 1, 2, 3. Athena picks up the victory here alongside Mercedes Moné. Mercedes is too busy to even celebrate as she gets in Persephone's face, stares down with her a bit until Persephone pie face her. Then you get Windsor staring down with Persephone while Billy Stark celebrates with Athena, and then Mercedes joins them on the ramp to end the show. Like I said before, it's made official. Mercedes Moné will defend the TBS championship against Persephone from CMLL, Bozilla from Stardom, and Alex Windsor from AEW. Jimmy, what did you think about the main event here?
The generic ass fatal four ways outrageous. Tag main event. Tony Khan hates the fucking guts. How are we gonna fucking follow motherfucker almost being set on fire? It's outrageous. Whatever. Go out there and make it happen, ladies. It was fine. It was a fine match.
It wasn't someone almost getting lit on fire. It was a bad segment they had to follow.
It was bad. Sure. I won't argue with you. The match is fine. It is what it is. I find it hard, much like Mark Briscoe, I find it hard to care about an Alex Windsor main event. I must say, even more so than Mark Briscoe, because I have my concerns about political relationships, we'll say. And I think I'd be proven right if she was fucking some random motherfucker, which she essentially is. She would not be in the main event on Dynamite otherwise. Can we please stop? And yeah, I'm starting to wear on Toni Storm's shtick. She's starting to enter into Seth Rollins territory for me. I ain't gonna hold you. Where it's like, I know you are objectively good, but nothing you're saying is doing anything for me. I'm sorry. I just can't. I've seen all of it before.
She has never done get in my belly.
Who's writing this, Vince? He thinks some shit from however many fucking years ago is cool. He had Moxley in a fucking Bane mask. Looking great. See, you get it? Nigga, that was how many fucking years ago? Would you stop? I just can't. This is what it is. I'm ready for this to be over with. I hate Forbidden Door. I thought it'd be different this year. It is not.
He said less New Japan people, but less shit I don't care about.
Yes, holy shit. What are we doing? Oh well.
Well, we've made it to the end of another edition of AEWramble in our review here in record time for us as well. So, final call for Super Chat donations. Show us some love in the chat if you will, if you can. We appreciate any and all support. And of course, we want to hear from you. What was your match of the night? What was your MVP, your LVP? What was your moment of the night? Did you give the show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle? And out of 10, what did you think of this week's show? I'm going to check our poll here, our community tab poll. We're gonna get some stats here. So we have 31 votes here on the community tab. It's only been up for like 6 hours, but 52% has it at 9 through 10.
What'd I tell you?
35% at 7 through 8. I'm gonna check cage match. Let's check cage match. Let's give the people some big time stats. We're going to cage
9, 10. What is going on?
We're at
you people are not the dumb ones. Apparently you are.
Last night's Dynamite currently stands on cage match. It has 43 votes, 7.39. It's a
little better, I suppose.
All right, let's see where we're at here. Let's put our thumbs in the middle, Jimmy, for the August 20th, 2025 edition of AEW Dynamite in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs in the middle from Jimmy. Thumbs up from me. Jimmy, out of 10, what did you give the show? I gave the show a 7 out of 10.
We're on the same page as usual. 6.5. A D. Those of you who are wondering. Assholes who comment on the show 2 fucking days later. So the hell of that. 6.5. A D. It was there. It wasn't awful, but it wasn't fucking good. I think bad is the word I'm looking for.
Bad is the word I was looking for.
Yes.
So spicy. But yes, I think this was not their best go home effort. You won't see any tweets from me last night as far as like this was one of the best go home shows. Like I said,
what did you give last week's show?
I think it was like an 8. I gave it an 8 last week. Because you gave last week 7.5, didn't you?
Oh no, 6.5.
No. Oh, you gave it 6.5. So I probably gave it like a 7. Gave last week a 7 too.
Getting concerned, they can hold you.
Yeah, it wasn't a good steady of 7.5 and up for a while for me, but the last 2 weeks it's been teetering. It's been teetering to that slight thumbs up territory.
They left Chicago.
Huh? They left Chicago. But yes, let us know in the chat what you thought. What was your match of the night and MVP? We got Annika who says 7. It was fine. We got Big Man Dogs who gives it a 7 out of 10. We got Romeo who gives it 6.5 out of 10. We got Gray Carter II who gives it a 7 out of 10. Big Man Dog says 7.39 is really bad by cage match standards, isn't it? No, it's basically that's like a solid to them. It's still in the green. It's in the green, at least. Anything?
I think he's referring to how often fans vote something on there. So, like, while 7 is green to the actual site, are cage match fans lenient with their grades?
What? I don't know.
So, a 7.39 actually, in reality, a 6.5 if they weren't a bunch of fucking idiots. I'm trying to translate what he's saying.
Oh my God, this guy.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I'm not saying what I think. I think they're usually on the mark. I'm trying to translate what Big Man Dogs is saying to you. That's all. That they are lenient with their ratings. Yeah, see? Yeah, a 7 for them is like actually a 6. Yeah. They're generous, typically.
There we go. We got Frantic World that says MVP was Paige, Will, and Toni Storm.
Oh,
who was your MVP for this show, Jimmy?
I'm not going to have them turn me on Toni Storm. I'm not going to do this. Focus. Center yourself. I'm going with Ospreay. He was great. Came across like the biggest star in the company. He was rather poignant. I liked him a lot. It was the best part in the first, hour of the show.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'll give it to Will Ospreay for this week. I'm trying to think I'll give co-MVP to Luchasaurus. I'm glad to see him back. I was scared for him with everything that he went through with the pneumonia and everything. Like his life was on the line. So I'm glad that he's back and had a nice moment here.
Nobody is moving goalposts, Power Driver. Don't be dense. It's like if I fucking see Dave Meltzer give something a 5.5, I know that doesn't fucking exist. So I'm going to fucking translate it into my language. I have no need to move goalposts. I just call you all fucking idiots and move on with my fucking life. I never have to move a goalpost. Goalpost is always right where I fucking left it. You're dumb and I'm right. Never forget it.
You saved the soul for
The words
the...
and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Just helping. Hope people understand my process. I don't know if you don't like me, but please don't like me for what I actually think. Don't like me for some shit you made up. That's all.
Well, there you go. What was their LVP for the show, Jimmy?
Ooh, dummy. Sorry. 2 weeks in a row. Welcome back. You're back in form. Back in form. He said Triple H was getting too much notoriety for his shitty booking. He was like, I could beat that. Good luck to you.
TNC Cooper says, put that on the t-shirt. LOL. No, not for his last comment. No. LVP, I mean, they did make Mark Briscoe into a damsel in distress. So. That is a good shout. Didn't like anybody in that segment. Copeland and Christian got pwned 1 week after they reunited. That's a good choice there too. Tanahashi couldn't run, but he was booked to run. Could go there as well. I'm going to go with, who should I go with? Yeah, let's go with Tony Khan. A lot of my issues were booking wise. It wasn't with any of the people on the show. It was just like, why would you book this after you just booked this? Kind of issues overall on the night.
Do we have an update on Ian, by the way?
I don't know. I'm worried.
Same.
I hope he's all right. I like Brian on commentary. Brian is an honorable mention for MVP.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, he was really good. He was really good on commentary.
Much like the show, he was harmless to me. He didn't do great, but he was fine. He better than Taz, at the very least.
I just can't wait for him to be on commentary for Nigel versus Zack Sabre Jr. on Sunday.
That'd be fun.
That's worth the price of admission right there. And I'll go with moment of the night. I'll say no, that they didn't even get that well. I was gonna say Darby's dive, but they didn't even get that right on camera. They was like too all over the place with that shit. I think I'll go with Christian's promo. It was a good bounce back. I'll go with that for my moment of the night. What about you?
Same. Christian's great. Particularly his I'm perfect just the way I am. Put it on a t-shirt with flowers and stuff. It's fucking fantastic.
And then I will go with match of the night, FTR Brodito.
Yeah. Even with the shitty finish, because MVP doesn't want anybody taking a loss.
He's like, no one's gonna take a loss. Don't worry, guys. Only one loss we got to take. Only one of us got to lose at Forbidden Door. Get it? No, it's actually elimination. I found out. Someone said.
Oh, then they're going over.
It's like the Hurt Syndicate era continues. No, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna get disqualified for kicking too much ass. Like,
yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no! Ding, 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 ding. You're eliminated. You're eliminated. Get out of here.
You're gonna get kicked
Kicking
out of
way
AEW.
too much ass.
Sad.
Huh? You think they're gonna burn their bridge?
Yeah. Yeah. MVP seems the type. He's got like that kind of abrasive. That usually doesn't work at AEW. That kind of abrasive personality, and he's prone to punch the motherfucker in the face. So this is doubly not gonna go great. The same motherfucker in a different skin.
I know Chris Jericho is probably like, I knew this was gonna work out when MVP got hired.
He wants you to lose to Sammy and Dustin. Punch Sammy right in his fucking mouth.
Punch right in the throat. There you go. That is our review of last night's AEW Dynamite, the August 20th, 2025 edition of AEW Dynamite. Thank you guys in the chat for joining us today. And of course, thank you to Jimmy, as always, for joining me here. Jimmy, let everybody know where they can follow you on social media and when they're going to see you again and what you got going on your channel.
I'll be here next week for the show. Somebody don't kill myself beforehand. And all right, are we still doing the GOAT series? Is that going to be released anytime soon?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be dropping tomorrow because tomorrow is the anniversary.
Oh, Bailey and Sasha. What a great fucking match that was. I had a blast.
Reminded me how great that match really was. It was so, especially 2015. We needed that.
Right. Be sexist, but Bailey looks fantastic today. She looks fine then. She looks fantastic today.
Oh, so before we go, very quickly.
Well, she's not
Hangman
pregnant.
Adam. No. I'm talking about. Oh yeah, we got to bring that up as well. But Forbidden Door predictions, very quickly. MJF versus Hangman Adam Page.
Talking about fine ass Bailey. You want some fucking wrestling? Sure. Hangman.
Timeless Toni Storm versus Athena.
Toni Storm.
Kazuchika Okada versus Swerve Strickland.
Okada. I assume Swerve's hurt. Not that it mattered much otherwise.
Also true. Hurt Syndicate versus FTR versus Brodito.
Hurt Syndicate. Less confident about that, but it Hurt Syndicate.
Nonetheless. Kyle Fletcher versus Hiromu Takahashi for the TNT title.
This old man run they got fucking Fletcher on. This is outrageous.
Hiromu's not even that old. He's like in his
Rock
late
is facing Gangrel. Who's booking this crap? Fletcher.
It's ridiculous. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Nigel McGuinness.
Oh, everyone retains? Have I done everyone retains? Don't want to do a switch here? No. It's the SJ.
Figured that much. I would hope so, at least. Mercedes Moné versus Persephone versus Bozilla versus Alex Windsor.
So there's the star power, question mark, of Mercedes Moné versus Hollywood. I'm gonna take Mercedes. So, hey, keep an eye out. If I had to say to keep an eye out for one, keep an eye out for this one. This is one to keep your eye on. Hollywood moves in strange ways.
This guy's ridiculous. I swear, this guy's ridiculous. I'm trying to. I think there is one more matchup that I'm probably forget. Oh, I'm thinking of Cope and Christian. Cope and Christian versus Nick Wayne and Luchasaurus.
You forgot it for good reason. Fucking ill. Copeland and Christian. If we can keep it under 10, the world is a better place.
I would hope so. And finally, Lights Out Steel Cage, Death Riders, and the Young Bucks versus Will Ospreay, Darby Allin, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and the Golden Lovers.
The right move is for the babyface to win. I'm going with the heels. Shockingly. Sorry. I'm going to say Ospreay is going to take time off afterwards, so he loses.
I think after last night, the way last night ended with all those guys, yeah, it would make sense that the Death Riders win here. Right,
yeah, Moxley's not a slouch himself when it comes to maneuverings. I can't see him losing 2 big pay-per-view matches in a row.
True. And yes, what did you think about Naomi? Naomi announcing her pregnancy on Monday Night Raw and having to relinquish the WWE Women's World Championship.
Good for Big Jim. And Naomi, I suppose, even though you finally reached the apex of the business and decided to have a baby. That's brilliant. I'm sure your spot will be here when you get back. It's not like it's one of the most stacked divisions in women's wrestling history. I'm sure everything will be fine by the time you get back. Listen, a kid is a nice thing, typically. I will say I do have an issue with both companies when it comes to punting when things don't go their way, when it comes to injuries or pregnancies. They just throw their hands up and go, hey, motherfucker's pregnant. Or, hey, motherfucker has concussions. Why is this not a story? Why are we not weaving this in? Why not have Naomi lose her fucking mind and fucking get stripped of the belt, suspended or some shit? I hate just the punting of it all. She's pregnant. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I wish. Yeah, back in our when we were growing up, yeah, they would have used it as some type of story,
right?
In some way. Yeah.
Austin's hurt. Sorry, he'll be back soon. What?
Austin got a neck surgery. No, get hit by a car. Let's do something.
Right? Do something. What the fuck? Hey, I'm happy for them. I do want to say this. I know I'm probably preaching to the choir here, but just in case somebody else sees. WWE and AEW, the situation that's going on. Most people seem to be on my page, our page, I would imagine, but some people aren't. AEW not being AEW or going out of business or not getting a TV deal, anything like this, would be terrible for everybody not named Nick Khan or Triple H. And Roman. Roman's neutral. But everybody else on the planet, all of them, from fucking Punk and, well, not Punk, he's also neutral. Becky and Rhea and Cody on down to fucking Danhausen or fucking, what's his name? Lee Moriarty. It would be terrible for everybody involved. AEW is a net positive for the business. For leverage, for a place to fucking work, to get them to be off their ass. It's a good thing. It's a great thing. Please don't root for this. It's a terrible idea.
Yeah, I never will understand any wrestling fan that like actively roots for a company to go out of business. I'm all for making fun of a company because I do it often, especially with TNA. But like I've never said, oh, I wish TNA would just close down. I've never said that. So
yeah, no, that's heinous. It'd be so fucked. It's good that Owens and Styles and them and MJF have leverage to say, hey, if you don't give me what I want, you greedy cocksuckers, I'll go somewhere else.
Yeah,
that's a good thing. It's not bad. What's wrong with you? It's good. Lee Moriarty has a place to fucking work. What's the matter with you? What's wrong with you people?
Yeah. Sorry. Romeo says, did you see the Hogan breaking news? Medical malpractice possibly killed him. Wow.
That is crazy. How would you prove that, though? I mean, if there was something egregious, then yeah. But like, if you're reading his report, wouldn't you go, it seems your client had a bad case of being fucking 70 and taking steroids his whole fucking life. He had a bad case of natural causes. I'm sorry. What do you want from me? He's an old mess.
Case of natural causes.
What do you want from me? If it's medical malpractice, I can't even say I want justice to be done. It kind of was done, wasn't it?
Oh, note, you can follow me on the Twitter machine at True Heel SP3. You can follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at True Heel Heat. Patreon.com/True Heel Heat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content like our GOAT match series, like Jimmy mentioned. We'll have tomorrow dropping a new episode for the GOAT match series over at Patreon.com/True Heel Heat, where we rewatch Brooklyn Takeover. Yes, Sasha Banks versus Bayley for the NXT Women's Championship. So go over and check that out tomorrow. Also tomorrow, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Join us right here. We're live with our AEW NJPW Forbidden Door preview. It'll be myself, it'll be Jay News, it'll be Maggie discussing and giving our predictions for every single match on this Sunday's card. So thank you so much for joining us today. For Jimmy Macram, it is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3. This has been AEWramble, episode 212. Reversed for the August 20th, 2025 edition of AEW Dynamite. We are signing off until next time.